Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak Live. I'm Hibah. Thanks for joining us. As many celebrate Halloween tonight, Torrance Police is reminding everyone to stay safe. Police were out in full force this past weekend and plan to continue to patrol drivers under the influence tonight. Police say buzzed driving is drunk driving. It's illegal to drive with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or higher and 0.05 or more for those under 21. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 45% of all people killed in motor vehicle crashes on Halloween night involved an alcohol-impaired driver. Also, trick-or-treaters are at risk as 36% of fatal pedestrian crashes also involve drunk drivers. The DUI operation is funded by a grant from the California Office of Traffic Safety through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And stay tuned for the second half of Newsbreak Live. We'll have tips on how to stay safe this Halloween. You may want to fill up your gas tonight. A new state tax will officially go into effect tomorrow and raise gas prices by 12 cents a gallon for gasoline and 16 cents for diesel. The tax is expected to bring in roughly $52 billion for the state. The revenue will help with road programs, public transit, and traffic congestion projects. California is one of more than 20 states that are seeing this increase. The tax is expected to continue to increase every year. And there'll be other cost increases starting January 1st, including a new annual fee based on a car's worth and a $100 annual fee on electric cars. Members of the Torrance Fire Department are receiving praise for their good work. TFD's Emergency Medical Services Division will be recognized by the State EMS Authority later this year at the 2017 California EMS Awards. This event honors and recognizes exceptional acts of service by individuals or volunteers. TFD's Chief Martin Cerna said, quote, "This award truly belongs to our EMS staff along with Hillary Thayer. Their commitment to improving the quality of life for our citizens is a testament to their professionalism and advocacy for improving patient outcomes," end quote. Cerna will attend the awards luncheon on December 6th in San Francisco to receive the award. The city was honored in the Community Service Award category. Shopping for the holidays at the Amo Fashion Center will be even better this year. On top of the hundreds of stores you can shop at, a unique pop-up store is opening up in November to give shoppers a chance to experience must-have products for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS before buying them. Delano is one of 17 malls across the country that is opening a Nintendo pop-up experience from November 11th to December 17th. Shoppers can try out the hit Nintendo Switch system and the portable Nintendo 3DS. Customers will also be given the chance to try games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, FIFA 18, and Pokken Tournament DX to Nintendo Switch. You can stop by December 17th. A popular restaurant at the Delano Fashion Center abruptly closed its doors. Great Maple, located next to Nordstrom, is now closed. We reached out to the mall marketing director today, and while he could not make any comments on why they closed, he said that during the restaurant's time at Delano, they were very high performing. They were open on the boulevard for 2 years. The restaurant was considered a modern American eatery specializing in elevated comfort food with a twist. The newest location opened in Pasadena. Despite one restaurant closing, another business will soon open at the Delano Fashion Center. Honeymee, a unique ice cream shop, has plans to open a storefront on the second floor of the Delano Fashion Center. The business uses California milk from a family-owned certified kosher dairy factory. Many of the treats they come with raw honey and honeycombs, which are 100% pure and natural. Some of the flavors they now offer with their honey and milk ice cream include matcha affogato, chocolate caramel, and fruit. They sell milkshakes, waffles, and coffee along with tea as well. Delano officials say they're set to open this December. Holidays are around the corner, and for many, it's a time to give back. Torrance South Bay YMCA is one of many organizations hoping to help others in need during the season. They kicked off their Thanksgiving food drive and are accepting non-perishable, non-expired, dry and canned goods that will be distributed to needy families. The drive is supported by the WISE Pathfinders Adopt a Family program. Torrance South Bay YMCA is located at 2900 Sepulveda Boulevard. Whole Foods announced they'll be hiring this week across the country. This Thursday, every store will be holding a hiring fair. They hope to bring on about 6,000 new employees, with nearly 400 in Los Angeles County. They're looking for full and part-time workers and seasonal ones. Few of the roles include cashier, culinary expert, and prepared food specialist. The Torrance Whole Foods is located at 2655 Pacific Coast Highway. For more information, go to joinwholefoods.com. And it's still not too late. You have time to cash in on a new freebies for tonight. Businesses are offering freebies to patrons, all in the name of Halloween. BJ's Restaurant and Brewhouse is offering $3 Pizookie desserts. Baja Fresh is giving away a free kids meal. IHOP is giving away free Scary Face pancakes for kids 12 and under. Chipotle is offering a $3 burrito bowl, salad, or an order of tacos. Now, indulging in delicious sweets for Halloween is something we all enjoy, but there's one kind of candy that health officials say to eat less of this year. The Food and Drug Administration posted a reminder on their website urging people to limit the amount of black licorice you eat. Officials say too much of it can cause health problems such as irregular heart rhythm, especially in people over 40. The candy contains something called glycyrrhizin that causes potassium levels to drop, causing high blood pressure, swelling, and congestive heart failure. For more information, you can go to fda.gov. If you need a last-minute costume for tonight at a good price, we've got you covered. Experts across the web scoured social media to find easy costumes people can make last minute. These included a black cat, an Air 404 costume, dirty laundry, spider, grapes, Medusa, and of course, you can't go wrong with a good old ghost. You can stop by some local businesses tonight to find a costume, including heritage costumes in downtown Torrance and Halloween illusions and Party City on Hawthorne Boulevard. And don't forget to turn your clock back this Saturday night. November 5th marks daylight savings time, and you can set your clocks back by 1 hour. It's also a friendly reminder to change out batteries in your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. The National Fire Protection Association reports that 71% of smoke alarms, which failed to operate because they had missing, dead, or disconnected batteries. It's also a good idea to make sure you and your family have an emergency plan. For more safety tips, you can always go to nfpa.org. Daylight savings takes place on the second Sunday of March and ends on the first Sunday of November. Halloween morning started with some rain across the South Bay. Temperatures this week are cooling off compared to last week's heat wave. Today the high was 67 degrees. Tomorrow and Thursday the high will stay the same at 66 degrees with a low of 58 and 57 degrees. Breast cancer death rates have declined over the past 26 years, according to the American Cancer Society. I had the chance to visit a local radiologist at one of the most advanced breast diagnostic centers here in Torrance. Here's my story.
This is all the slices together, as if you took a regular old-fashioned mammogram. Now we're going to go through it cut by cut by cut.
Dr. Patricia Sachs is a radiologist at Torrance Memorial's Vasek-Pollock Breast Diagnostic Center.
We'll find a cancer that we could never have seen on the regular. I mean, it's literally 41% more accurate, so no question. Women were not so quickly educated to this, nor were their doctors. It took time.
A radiologist for the past 50 years, Sachs has seen the progression of breast cancer detection with state-of-the-art equipment, advances in chemotherapy, and genetic testing.
There has been an almost 40% decline in death rate of breast cancer.
A recent report by the American Cancer Society shows that this decline was between 1989 and 2015, preventing more than 322,000 deaths. But there is still a fight against this disease. About 252,000 new cases of breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in the United States this year alone. Dr. Sachs says early detection through mammograms and high-tech equipment will help with identifying the cancer.
MRI is miraculous. In fact, a recent study has shown that even when you take women at average risk for breast cancer, women who have no family history in their children, in their grandmothers, anything, and you do an MRI on them for screening purposes, so it is a test in addition to this, you can find 13 to 15 breast cancers a thousand, where if you do just mammography and ultrasound alone, only 6. The problem is that this machine is able to pick up certain kinds of breast cancer that an MRI doesn't see, and so you really need both.
Vosik-Polek Diagnostic Center was one of the first breast centers to receive a 3D mammogram machine.
So what we can do now is take little tiny slices. We take as many as we need for your size breast, and then we can stack them up at the end and get a picture very similar to a regular mammogram, but we get the slice pictures, and it's on the slice pictures, and I hope we'll see one of those very soon. We'll be able to see the lesion, and you'll prove to yourself that you can't see it on the regular mammogram.
And with reducing false positives by up to 40%, it's considered one of the biggest breakthroughs.
You know, I will say that finding any cancer at its earliest possible time is going to make it better for you. By the age of 80, they're going to have breast cancer in 80% of cases. And so they have prophylactic mastectomies, they have their children early remove their ovaries. So it's all of these things. There have been huge advances, and I think we're at the forefront of a new step forward in terms of genetics.
And with immunotherapy and other developments on the forefront, Sachs and her colleagues are excited to be closer to beating breast cancer. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Hibah Samad. Dr. Sachs recommends women to start getting mammograms at the age of 40, but if you have family history, check with your doctor to see when it's recommended. You will be able to get some free tips this week for your taxes. The California Department of Tax and Fee Administration is hosting a nonprofit seminar for nonprofits and exempt organizations this Thursday. The topics will include sales and use tax for nonprofit organizations, employment taxes, compliance for exempt organizations, and property tax exemptions. It will take place at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. You can RSVP by going to bo.ca.gov/NPS. And before the next half of Newsbreak Live, don't forget, Torrance is hosting their Halloween Carnival at Wilson Park right now. It's going on now until 8 p.m. The costume parade will start at 6:30, and there's a lot to do like crafts, face painting, and much more. Unlimited use wristbands are $10 per child. Then this Friday, the Beach City Symphony will kick off their season of music at El Camino College's Marcy Auditorium. It'll be free, and it will start at 8 p.m. Well, in just 2 minutes, Chris Rhodes from the Torrance Fire Department will share safety tips for Halloween and the holiday season coming up. We'll be back in a few.
Amazing. I don't even know what's going on.
Hello.
Hi, I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns.
What?
May I come in?
Yeah, come in.
We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Wow. Okay, great.
Zucchini Carbonara with egg
Wow.
and pork belly. Made from
Thank
zucchini
you.
that was harvested earlier this morning.
So good. Again? Whoa.
Hey, Dan Barber.
Hello, guys. I'm sorry to bust in here, but you have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Thank you. Mind if I just plate this in the kitchen and bring it out to you?
No, go for it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Believe that?
No.
Brochettes with sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini and then the cores that we cut away to give you those perfect strips. Not to mention zucchini flour. Usually those get thrown out. But we love this part of the zucchini, and we're always making dishes that use the whole zucchini. If you don't mind, I'm gonna just do a little bit of lemon juice on here to finish it.
Great.
enjoy.
I should have figured that it finished the zucchini, right? We started it and we should have finished it.
Yeah,
We're
so
not
should
wasting
we-
it. We're not throwing it away. Amazing.
Try it?
Yeah, straight off the skewer.
We're never supposed to ask how you like a dish, but how'd you like the dish?
I loved it. This is a great treat for us.
Does that, oh,
Again? Hi.
Hi, I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
they resemble penne pasta, huh? We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta if you're up for that. A different experience of zucchini. Isn't that crazy? 40% of food in America never gets eaten. Here's a chance to do something creative and delicious with the whole plant. We dig in, huh?
Yeah.
When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Just don't waste it. Visit SaveTheFood.com to see the full recipes and learn how to reduce food waste in your own kitchen.
Welcome back to the second half of Newsbreak Live, and joining me is Chris Rhodes, who's a fire prevention specialist for the Torrance Fire Department. It's always so great to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me back, Hibah.
Yeah, and happy Halloween.
Yeah, it's busy, right? All the kids are excited. They're wearing new costumes, trying new things, candy. What's there not to be excited about, right?
It's a very exciting time of the year, something that people look forward to, but when it comes to tonight, it's all about safety first. So let's talk about what are some top tips you can give parents and trick-or-treaters when they're heading out.
Heading out tonight, you want to be aware of your surroundings. Obviously, stay with your children at all times. Always keep an eyesight on them. Don't let them go up to doors on their own. Make sure to look through some of their candy before they start eating it. Maybe a lit area is best for them, so a flashlight, trips, falls, things like that can be cause for concern with little ones.
Okay, and when it comes to crossing the street, and tell me about road safety.
Right, so well-lit areas, stop signs, some people just are not paying attention. You know, don't assume that someone waving you through an intersection is going to allow you to cross. Always make eye contact. Stop every single time with both directions, all directions on a four-way stop. It's important to remember that children are excited. They're not paying attention to everything that's going on around them. So the parents are going to be their eyes.
When it comes to costumes, what should people be aware about? Viewers are watching right now and they're getting ready to head out. What is considered safe to wear, not safe? What should they wear?
From my experience as a parent, it's safe to have the child be able to walk. Most importantly, is it free moving for them? Is it free flowing? No trip hazards. Things that are long in length can be a cause of concern. Also, masks, face paint, things like that cover their face. Sometimes they're not able to see clearly through masks, or if face paint tends to get into an eye or something like that, you'd want to flush it out. It's important just to remember that, kids are trying new things, and at the same time, they're running from house to house, and they're excited to get to the next one. They may forget something, they may drop something, you may become separated. Things like that with costumes, everyone's going to look the same in a dark alley or a dark street. So maybe have some high visibility clothing on that child, or a glow stick that's a specific color that you are going to look for. Those are some pretty good ideas.
And this would probably include flashlight if you want as well.
Right, lanterns, things that can be carried inside of a candy bucket, things like that.
And there are many streets that are just filled with trick-or-treaters. So when parents and children are going out, or even young adults, what should they really look out for when it comes to homes?
Well, when you're looking at a home, if the light's off, technically, sometimes that means the person's not there or not home. Well-lit porch areas, distractions with parents and cell phones can be also something that could cause concerns of losing sight of a child. They're in large groups, and like I said, some children have the same costumes. Let's be aware of where our child is and currently at the time, and which house you're actually going to be attending for candy.
Now we're talking about homes, but what about homeowners? What should they be doing to make sure trick-or-treaters are staying safe?
Yeah, and sometimes people love to decorate their home. That's understandable.
Right.
Unplugging these different types of decorations when the evening's over is important, because that could be left on overnight. Heating up elements could, become a fire hazard, especially when they're in a front yard. Over decorating loss of light, things like that people will do. Just be cautious where you're stepping. You know, you don't want to trip on anything. You want to be sure that you're actually seeing where your next step is going to be taken. It's important. Like we said before, bring a flashlight, bring a glow stick, something that can illuminate where you're going to be walking next.
What about fire hazards? You're a fire prevention specialist. During this time of year, Halloween's kind of the kickoff where you do see a lot of home fires, maybe people catching on fire. Tell me a little bit about that when it comes to Halloween, and then we'll get into the holiday season.
Right, so Halloween does kick off generally all of the holidays, and it is one of the first. So it's important to remember as we go through each one of these holidays, there's going to be lots of family, lots of friends, lots of cooking, lots of eating, lots of drinking. All of those things can bring people's attention awareness down, right? They lower their guard a little. They're used to it. They kind of just blend into the atmosphere that they're currently in. When Halloween starts, you know, it obviously starts with lighting a pumpkin, putting that on your porch. There's always good ways to prevent using fire inside of that jack-o'-lantern. Candles that have batteries, that helps to preserve not only the pumpkin, but it doesn't create that fire hazard you typically would have. Then we're going to move more towards, you know, Thanksgiving, and that holiday brings a lot of loved ones, and it brings loved ones that are little, smaller children around the stovetop, cooking areas, cooking surfaces. We want to remember when we're bringing guests into our home, let's go through a step process. Let's make sure our smoke alarms are working. We have extinguishers if they're available, and we have exit plans. Exit plans all over the home, depending on who's spending the night, who's staying, which family members are around. It's nice to include everyone, but it's also nice to include the safety of everyone. Then as we approach Christmas, we're now bringing trees into our homes. Now trees can be very, they dry out really quickly if you don't continuously water them. So it's important to keep them watered throughout the Christmas time. I generally like to say around January 1st, January 2nd, we're done with the holidays. Let's get ready for this new year. Some people like to stay a little bit longer. Just remember that tree is then, now it's starting to, you know, lose needles. It's starting to gain more fuel. So we have to remember that candles, trees, fireplaces, decorations, garland, things like that need to be separated from heat sources throughout the entire home.
When people start shopping for Christmas trees, which is around the corner, what's the difference between pulling out an artificial tree that you have at home to buying a real natural tree?
Well, the natural trees smell obviously great. They smell really good. People have their choices, right? You can buy an artificial tree that has lights built in, or if you're going to be buying a real tree, then you're adding actual heat elements to that tree. So you need to take a look at maybe the decorations. What is it rated for? Are these lights rated for indoor or outdoor use? Is it rated for both? Typically, the artificial trees will have either LED lights or lights that are built into them. Those technically have timers. Some of them have timers. They will shut off automatically. It's the forgetfulness of shutting off the lights on the real tree and not watering is what brings concerns.
And I always hear if you're using Christmas lights outdoors, they're probably not supposed to be used indoors on your tree or in your house. Well, is that true? Or
that's a good point to be made. There are lots and lots and lots of different types of lights that are coming out. There's LED lights that are, they're different colors. They're different shapes. Everything is just changing so quickly. With the technology advancements, you can actually buy a pretty decent run of Christmas lights for under about $20. So if you could decorate using, not only you're going to be saving money, but also something that's UL listed and safe for indoor or outdoor use is a better go. I would definitely look into those types of products. It's something to look forward to.
With the cold weather, today we got rain, people are pulling out their space heaters. Give me some safety tips if people are using those type of heaters to keep themselves warm in their home.
Space heaters are just what they need. That's exactly what they are. They need space. They need space from all
That's
types
a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's all types of different flammable materials. They actually need that working space. It's not safe to tuck them under your desk at home, or it's not safe to kind of tuck them into a corner. They need a good 3 to 5 feet around anything that's technically can be flammable. Also, people like to bring out new fire pits that they buy at Home Depot, Lowe's. sometimes that could also cause concern for a fire nuisance with your neighbors, possibly smoke. All those things are concerns for also respiratory issues when you're burning wood outside or in a fire pit that you purchase at another convenience store. But space heaters, those wall-mounted heaters, all of those need to be given space. It's a requirement, not necessarily that's needed, but it's suggested that a licensed contractor take a look at your wall heater. Take a look at your space heater that you have in your attic. Make sure that they can sign off on it saying this is a proper working element.
Okay. And this is something you kind of touched upon earlier. Home structure fires. From 2011 to 2015, the U.S. Fire Department responded to an estimated average of 840 home structure fires across the country that had to do with decorations. So is this a problem you often see during this time of year here in the South Bay as well?
Yeah, again, as people bring different types of materials into their home as decoration, they never really put the two and two together. Like garland over a fireplace looks nice. It looks nice, it looks welcoming, and your fireplace is lit. We have to remember that sometimes that garland is not true garland. It's either a plastic or a form of synthetic plastic, and that can be cause for concern. When the nation sees these types of fires, and they are devastating fires, they ruin lives, and it takes us better look at what type of material are we actually dealing with when these fires do start. So it's just wise to check what you're actually bringing into your home. Look to see what it's made of. If it's made of plastic, synthetic materials, those tend to burn hotter and faster. Those trees, let's keep them watered. Let's make sure that they're watered properly. And that's fun for the kids too, to bring them in and, hey, let's see how long you can take care of this tree. So those types of things brings everyone together, but we must remember that we're bringing different items that we normally have inside of our homes.
Great safety tips, Chris. And if people have questions for you and your department, they can contact the Torrance Fire Prevention Division, correct? At
Yes,
310-618.
visit our website. Yeah, visit our website as well.
Okay, great. Well, it was so great seeing you. Happy Halloween and have a great night with the kids.
Thank you, Hibah. Go Dodgers.
Yeah, go Dodgers. Well, that does it for Newsbreak Live. Thanks for tuning in. And we're rooting for the Dodgers as they play at home once again tonight. The score is 0-0, but we hope they will take the lead very soon. And if you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. And don't forget to tune into the Torrance City Council meeting. For Facebook and Twitter users, use hashtag Newsbreak Live. Have a great night.